Good morning, everybody. Carla Airy Collinaires here from A Coffee with Carla. I hope you guys are doing awesome today. We're going to talk a little bit about, I think we should talk about being in despair. Happy topic, right? We all, at some point in our life, find ourselves in a place and a space of despair. And it's overwhelming and it feels like it'll never end. And I want to just share with you guys my thoughts on that. I have been in that part, in that season, in that space, in that I didn't think I could get out of bed. And I want to just share with you guys, and I want to let you know that from my own experience of being in that space, you do come out of it. You can get out of it. Your strength, which you think has left you, you think there's nothing else left. Nothing can help you. You can't see, you cannot see outside of this space of despair. And I can assure you from my own personal experience of losing everything I knew and having to restart my life at 40 years old, you can get out of it. Every single thing in our life is figureoutable. That's a word. I don't know if it's a real word. I don't know if I've made that word up, but it's my favorite word. It's one of my favorite words. Everything is figureoutable, even when it seems like it's not. Because when you're in a state of despair, you are floundering, you're lost, you are not in your logical mindset. And you scramble and you think you're doing the right things and maybe you're making wrong choices, and you probably are. And you know what? That's okay. Because what happens eventually is you start seeing the light of day. Things start coming together. The one thing you cannot do no matter what, you cannot give up. Even when you say, fuck this, I can't do it anymore, I'm done. You need to breathe, and you need to close your eyes, and you need to really, even if you don't believe it, you need to tell yourself, I can do this. I don't know how, I'm gonna do it. And I don't know, everybody believes in something different. I don't care what you believe in, because that's none of my business. My business is what I know and what I'm doing. But whatever you believe in, give it up to that higher power. I have spent time in different groups when I was going through my despair, and there was a period of time that I actually spent some time with a group of people, and it was interesting because the thing that they talked about the most was, it doesn't matter what your higher power is. I don't care if it's a tree, I don't care if it's, whatever that might be. It could be whatever you deem as your higher power. Give everything up to that higher power, because at the end of the day, none of us know the end of our story. We have to give it up. We have to let it go. And we have to believe we are going to get out of what we are currently in. I talked about strength in my post this morning, and I want to just talk a little bit more about that, because when you're in despair, you don't feel strong. You're discouraged. You have no confidence. You feel like you are completely drained. You can't do anything. You are the worst of the worst. You are like below the scum of the earth. You are all the horrible things, and you feed your mind and you keep that going over and over. It can come from places of just, you're so damaged from traumas, you're so hurt, you're so flippin' lost. You've been surrounded by people who have treated you horribly, who have made you believe all those horrible things, none of which are true. You lay there and you like roll it over, and guilt can roll into this and all kinds of things over choices you made. Sometimes we make choices when we think it's actually going to be helpful. It ends up not being helpful. But we always have to remember we're doing the best we can with what we have at that moment. Are those choices always good? No, they're not. Are those choices something that can be forgiven and changed and, fixed? For the most part, yeah. If it's beyond repair, it's not meant to be. And we all do things, say things, act upon emotions, and it's not always the best choice. We are doing the best we can with what we have at that moment. Your strength in that space at that moment will be that you opened your eyes and you took your breaths and you're breathing and you're laying in bed, and you are maybe gonna just lay in bed that day. It takes strength to open your eyes and take that breath. That is strength. When you're in total despair, every little thing that you do when you open your eyes takes strength. Nobody has to understand why you can't get out of bed. That's nobody's business, and it doesn't matter what they say to you. You have to dig within yourself, and you need to find whatever it is that's going to work for you to get you to the next step, to get you out of that bed. Sometimes strength is just fighting through the day. You get out of bed, and that day is it just freaking sucks. You know what? It took strength to get through that sucky day. It takes strength to deal with people who don't have your best interests at heart. It takes strength to be the bigger person and take the high road when you want to just get down and dirty and fight on their level. It's never worth it. When you go down to somebody's level who is fighting you, you need to step up and you need to take the high road. And here's the thing, when you are in an emotional space of fighting and that hatred and that conflict, when you're in that, and if you take that high road, even though you might want to thunder punch that sucker right square in the throat. I get it. But here's the deal. Thinking that and doing it are two different things. Taking the high road, removing yourself from that fight, does not mean you lost the fight. You've actually you're winning the battle. Because when you remove yourself from a fight and an argument and all of those things, it does not mean the other person has won. You've taken the high road. You are not buying into their garbage. And when you do not accept the invitation to the fight, who are they going to fight with? They've got no fight. Despair, anger, rage, like being depressed, all of those things, they all fall in together. And I mean, if you are clinically depressed and you need help with that, with medication, there is no shame in that. None. Not everybody needs medication. Some people do. And you know what? Take your meds. Don't feel bad about it. You need the help. Despair can cause shame and guilt to go through the roof. What you need to remember, always remember, everything is figureoutable. If you're laying there right now and you're watching this, everything is figureoutable. I believe in you, and you've got this. Even when it doesn't seem like it, you've got it. You will figure it out. This is a season. It is not a lifetime. It is a season. There are lessons in it. You're going to learn from those lessons. You're going to grow forward. Never, ever, ever give up. And by not giving up means you've opened your eyes and you're breathing. That's not giving up. That is strength and that is courage. So, on that note, if you are struggling today, please know you are not alone and you do matter. You really, really, truly do. I don't care what you've done. Doesn't matter. You are meant to be here. There is a reason for it. Everything is figureoutable. You are stronger than you think. If my life can fall apart at 40 and I can rebuild it and I can get to this place where I am now in a healthy space for the most part, nothing is perfect in my world. Nothing is 100%. There are days that are just freaking horrific in my world. There is always imperfection in every single day. There is imperfection in me, as there is in you. And you know what? It's okay. We are not meant to be perfect. We are meant to be perfectly imperfect just the way we are. It starts with healing from within. You guys are going to get sick and tired of hearing me say this. There is a root to every trauma, or there is a root to this despair. There is a root to your depression. There is a root to all of these addictions. Whatever it is, there is a root to it. Putting a Band-Aid on it doesn't fix it. You gotta dig in. You gotta do the hard work. And it sucks so much. But if you dig in and do the work, you'll find that the despair starts to go away. It starts leaving. Doesn't mean it's perfect. You will see the light at the end of the tunnel. And you will get through it. You are stronger than you think. Keep that in mind. And always remember, you guys always remember, you are loved. You matter. You can do almost anything you set your mind to. Do not let this day run you. You run the day. And you keep being that badass self that you are. That's all we need. That's all we need. You've got this. You can do it. Take a breath. It's just a bad moment. It's just a bad season. You will get through it. Everything is figureoutable. You guys have an awesome day. And know I love you and I believe in you. Bye for now.